Okay, so I have a question for just the world at large. Not really a question. I just want to scream into the void. So I don't feel guilt, right? I don't get a guilt feeling. I don't have like an emotional conscience. I have a moral compass, right? Like I have like standards by which I live my life. I have empathy. So if I do something that hurts someone, then I'm going to look, I'm going to see that hurt, and I'm going to be like, oh, this person is hurt, and I'm going to make the connection. That's because of what I did. And I have responsibility. So I'll be like, okay, now it's time for me to make this right. But I do not just feel guilt, okay? The guilt feeling I don't get. And I've watched other people go through guilt, and it seems like it's literally the worst feeling that there is. Like when people go through guilt, and then sometimes guilt passes into grief. Grief is a relief from guilt. Like grief has some of the strongest emotions I know how to feel. And grief is worse, guilt is worse than that. That's what gets me. So, with all that being said, there's something I don't understand. Why is it that people who feel guilt don't make better choices? Like, explain this to me, because I've watched people go to so much trouble to avoid dealing with guilt, right? They will justify their actions every which way just to avoid having to face their guilt because they would rather do anything other than feel guilty. But the thing is, that guilt is going to hit you sooner or later, anyways. And why would you continue to do things that make you feel that awful? Because it really does seem to be the worst feeling that there is, and or at least it's up there. Okay, so listen, when I have digestive issues. Okay, stick with me. I'm going somewhere with this. I have digestive issues. I have an IBD, right? So there's certain things that I just can't digest. I went and ate Chick fil A one time and it did not sit right with me and I threw up, right? I have not eaten Chick fil A since, right? Because I felt so awful because it made me feel so awful. I just never did again, right? So when people do wrong things and it makes them feel guilty, which is objectively a worse feeling than the digestive discomfort I was having, why do they keep doing those things? Like you felt guilty, that was the worst feeling, right? So why do you keep doing it? Explain it to me. I don't, I don't, why do you not make better choices? I don't understand.